Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah.
Then shall the righteous shine forth as the sun in the kingdom of their Father. Who hath ears to hear, let him hear. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a treasure hid in the field, the which when a man hath found, he hideth, and for joy thereof goeth and selleth all that he hath, and buyeth that field. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a merchant man seeking goodly pearls, who, when he had found one pearl of great price, went and sold all that he had and bought it. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a net that was cast into the sea, and gathered of every kind, which when it was full, they drew to shore, and sat down, and gathered the good into vessels, but cast the bad away.
A transfer of rulership is coming, and the kingdom of heaven will be on earth. Righteousness will be spread throughout the whole four corners of the earth. Wickedness will be put down.
You are my servants. Remember your place. We obey you, Majesty. We are honored to toil for you.
The time is right. The harvest will yield. Oil swiftly.
Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah.
A transfer of rulership is coming, and the kingdom of heaven will be on earth. Righteousness will be spread throughout the whole four corners of the earth. Wickedness will be put down.
Yahweh Shemel Shah, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah.
Yes, Your Highness. We will obey. You are doing well. Thank you, my king. Let them see the might of the throne. Yes, Your Majesty. Work. Let the land yield its riches.
Barakatah Yahweh Shah,
Yes, Your
Barakatah
Majesty.
Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah.
I survey my domain. They are toiling as commanded. Yes, Your Majesty. We work until the sun sets. Let them work.
The yield today is satisfactory. Keep them working. Yes, Your Majesty.
A transfer of rulership is coming, and the kingdom of heaven will be on earth. Righteousness will be spread throughout the whole four corners of the earth. Wickedness will be put down.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Bahashem, Makakodash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers, and peace and blessings and salutation to the hopeful lake out there pushing his word and truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Bahashem, Makakodash, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the believers, the listeners who may have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bashem Shah. All right. And when I want to get into with this live stream is going into our new world order. All right. Our new world order, which is the righteous, all right, new world order of Yahweh Bashem Shah. Okay. Because of these devils, all right, are attempting, to establish, okay, a new world order. All right, trying to bless themselves and take back the birthright, through their science and through their technology, all right, through witchcraft. Okay, in their mind, they're going to establish a new world order and continue ruling beyond, their set time. All right, because these devils, all right, they was given the fatness of the earth, and they was given the sword to maintain their rulership, but their sword will only get them so far. All right, and as Yahweh Shai, all right, told Peter, if you live by the sword, you shall perish by the sword. Okay, letting you know that Esau was set up in failure from the beginning. When Isaac, blessed Esau, all right, with the fatness of the earth. Okay, the resources. All right. Well, he blessed him with the sword, which that sword now is becoming the curse. All right. The same mechanism he used, all right, to conquer the earth and wickedness. Well, this same mechanism is going to remove him from power. All right. Hence, all right, this war. Okay. Hence the devil, starting the war, that's going to end his empire. Okay. Now, what we're seeing now, all right, is the devil, is being allowed to manipulate, these events that's going on, okay, and roll out a new world order, do a global reset, okay. And in the midst, he's going to persecute the prophets, all right, bring about chaos, desperation, scream desperation, okay. It's going to get real bloody, okay, especially in America. You see, because the elites, they finna come with, they got to come down with great wrath, to attempt to establish this new world order, okay? And ultimately, is they're going to crash this current system, to roll out a new one and make a device, all right? This device, the MOTB, was John the Revelator seen in the book of Revelations, all right? He's seen this thing mandated, okay? So this devil, he's in the midst now of rolling out, okay, a new world order, a new global system, okay? But that's not going to be, that's going to be short-lived, okay? So this devil's enterprise is going to be extremely short-lived, because once he mandates the MOTB, that opens up, okay, that opens up the door, okay, to America becoming a desert and Yahweh Shai returning to deliver his elect and put down the militaries of the earth, man. Okay? So when you go into the scriptures, let's go here. All right, the scripture, Psalms 2 sums up, it sums up, the whole plot. Okay? What they call the conspiracy. As a matter of fact, when you go into, okay, let's get this real quick. Let's get in KJV just so we can get this word. Then we go back to the NLT. This is Psalms 2:1. It says, "Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing?" Now, you go into the word rage. All right, because we know these devils, okay, are what you call it, conspiring. All right, and conspiring, when you go into the word, which Esau, he demonized that word conspiracy, okay, as if the word itself, is a word that's meant to discredit. Okay, but when you go into the Hebrew, that word ragash, okay, and it goes into what? To be in tumult or commotion, to conspire or plot. And the word conspire, okay, this means what? With inspiration. Okay, with inspiration. Two or more people plotting to do wickedness. And it's not this new world order, okay, a small group of elite families, okay, plotting to do wickedness, scheming and planning to do wickedness. Is there not conspiring this new world order, okay, which they had in the making for a long time? Okay, so now let's go back. The scriptures address everything that we see happening, everything of importance that's happening in the planet Earth, where the scriptures address these things directly, man. And what these devils are trying to do is being called out. Okay, in the scriptures, man. You know, Psalms 2:1 said, "Why are the nations so angry? Why do they waste their time with futile plans? The kings of the earth prepare for battle. The rulers plot together against the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Shai, and against his anointed one." Okay, so within this new world order, this man plans on undermining the Most High. He's plotting against Yahweh Bashim Shai. Okay, because the devil, he hears, the prophets day in and day out. Okay, speaking of how this thing is going to play out, prophesying how this thing is going to play out. Okay, in his mind, he's going to create an alternate ending to the will of the Lord. He's going to alter the will of the Lord. Okay, so this man is conspiring against the Lord. Okay, he's scribing against Yahweh Bashim Shai, against Yahweh Shai, man, because he knows that Yahweh Shai has a kingdom, okay, that's promised to come. Okay, so this man in his mind, he's going to undermine that. All right. Verse 3 says, "Let us break their chains," they cry, "and free ourselves from slavery to the Most High." Okay. And this is his definition of liberty. When Esau pushes liberty and freedom, okay, he's speaking about being liberated from righteousness, man. He's speaking being liberated, do as thou wilt. He wants to take do as thou wilt to a whole nother level. If this man was able to establish a new world order and, have generations, okay, people will be farther from the Most High than they are now. It'll be a whole nother level. See, the new world, what we're seeing now is the beginning of what this devil wants to do. Okay, we're seeing the beginning of it. You see, he wants to separate people from the Most High on a whole nother level. But the Lord not going to allow this nigga, all right, to pull this off, okay, and ride off into the sunset, and just amplify wickedness on another level. Nah, man, the Lord is going to intervene. Okay, and this is what we get into. It says, "But the one who rules in heaven laughs. The Lord scoffs at him." Okay, the Lord scoffs at this man. You see, this is humorous to the Heavenly Father, man. What Esau is trying to do, man. Okay, because Esau, he's trying to pull something off that's way beyond his capability, man. Okay, he's trying to do something that's far beyond his capability. Okay. So this is comical to the Most High, him to even attempt this, man. Okay? Verse 5 said, "Then in anger, he rebukes them." And see, it's going to come to a point where the Lord, okay, is going to rebuke them, okay, through prophecy, man. He's going to cause these devils, to clash in a war. This war's, is going to escalate, okay? And it's going to become lethal, man. Okay, there's gonna come a time when, all right, this war is gonna break out and work against this devil. Okay, and then in the climax of the war, who's gonna return? Yahweh Shai. That's gonna be the ultimate rebuke. See, Yahweh Shai gonna be the ultimate rebuke. Okay, from the Heavenly Father. Okay, it said, "Terrify them with his fierce fury." So we know Yahweh Shai is coming with the anger of his Father, as the scriptures say. Okay, Yahweh Shai is coming with the anger of his Father. All right, to tear this place down, man. Okay, to break up everything that the devil, all right, trying to establish. It says, "For the Lord declares, I have placed my chosen king on the throne in Jerusalem on my holy mountain." You see, it's time for the rulership of Yahweh Shai. You see, this is the new world order. This is going to be, all right, the righteous world order. Okay, that's ordained by the Heavenly Father. What Esau Edom is doing is not ordained. The Lord finna reject what the devil is trying to pull off. Okay, and he's going to reject it through fire. Okay, it said, "For the Lord declares, I have placed my chosen king on the throne in Jerusalem on my holy mountain." Verse 7, "The king proclaimed the Lord's decree. The Lord said to me, you are my son. Today have I became your father." So now it goes back to the beginning. Psalms chapter 2, verses 1 through 6. That was the end of the movie. Okay. And there was a clip You know how they show the end of the movie in the beginning. What Psalms, all right, chapter 2, verses 1 through 6 is an example of showing the end, okay, in the beginning. Because this how this thing finna play out. Because this is where we at now. Okay, then verse 7 goes all the way back before the foundation of the earth when the Heavenly Father spoke Yahweh Shai to existence. Okay, and he made a decree showing you that it was always established, it was always set up, okay, for Yahweh Shai to establish an everlasting kingdom in the earth from the beginning. Okay, where everything else had to play out up to this point. You know, from Genesis, from the fall of Adam, okay, to the split of the kingdom, of the the northern and southern kingdom of Israel, captivities, and then we made it to this point where we at now. All right, and now the Lord finna establish Yahweh Shai on the throne forever. Okay, so just to sum it up, but verse 7 says the king proclaimed the Lord's decree. The Lord said unto me, you are my son. Today have I become your father. Only ask, and I will give you the nations as your inheritance, and the whole earth as your possession. Okay? So we got everything coming. All right? Because our righteous I will joint heirs with Yahweh Shai. All right? It says you will break them with an iron rod and smash them like clay pots. Okay? Because this rulership is going to break up wickedness in the earth, man. Esau, Edom, okay, he's going to be punished, okay, and he's going to have the worst of this captivity of all these heathens, okay, and wickedness instilled in these heathens through Esau, man. This captivity is going to break that up, man. Okay, this captivity is going to break up the wickedness of the planet Earth, man. All right, there will be no more. These heathens won't be allowed to worship. All right, false gods. Okay. We weren't allowed to have alphabet community. Okay, it won't be no feminist movements. You see, the earth is going to be ran in righteousness, man. Okay, that's what we got coming. All right, we're going to be changed. We're going to have those new bodies. You see, it's going to be a real new world order. Okay, money going to go back to resources, man, not paper and digital and this and all this confusion. Okay, this nigga money system is so goddamn confusion. You see? So now, man, the Lord has a new world order, okay, for his people. You see? That's why you go to Isaiah. He goes more to let's go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 60. And our kingdom is described all throughout the scriptures, man. So we got something way better than what Esau has to offer, man. Esau doesn't have anything to offer the elect. All right, the hopeful leg. This devil has nothing to offer us, man. All these promises, and the Lord describes the kingdom and what we got coming. Okay, let's go here. Let's go to Isaiah 60:10. It said, "Foreigners will come to rebuild your towns, and their kings will serve you." And see, this is the kingdom we got coming. Okay, and their kings will serve you, and these foreigners, these heathens, they're going to rebuild because Israel. Okay, that land is going to be destroyed. Okay, but it's not going to be uninhabitable. Okay, the Lord is just going to do a demolition in our land, destroy the filth of the heathen out of their land through fire from the cleanse. Our land is going to be cleansed. Okay, and it's going to be laid flat. You see that infrastructure, every piece, every micro, you see every piece of that infrastructure of Israel has to go, man. That current infrastructure that's in our land, all they got to go, man. Okay, it's gonna be burnt with fire. Okay, so who's gonna come rebuild these heathens? Okay, it says, and their kings will serve you. Yeah, so the leaders of these other nations are going to be servants unto Israel. All these nations are going to be servants. All these people are going to be servants, man. Okay, but just to show you the status that we're going to have, because when you have a king, okay, in captivity, man, that means that you're, all right, the undisputed rulers. Okay, there ain't gonna be no vassals, and no, the king will serve you. You're gonna be in captivity, man. It said, "For though I have destroyed you in my anger, I will now have mercy on you through my grace." And he destroyed us in his anger as a punishment. He chastened us, okay, and for the hopeful elect, the chastening, uh was necessary, man. It worked in our favor because it made us appreciate righteousness, man. The Lord was always working the work, okay, on behalf of the elect, prepping us for this rulership to come. All right, this righteous new world order. Okay. So we got our own new world order, man. We Esau has nothing to offer us, man. The Lord has already laid it out what he's going to do for us, man. And this is after Esau and these other nations are destroyed in this war. This is post World War III. Okay. This is the status of us after this war. And this is what we got to believe in going into these times, man. All right, because the devil, he's going to create extreme desperation, man, for people to take this sea hip. And he's going to present the sea hip as some type of utopia. Okay. He's going to make promises. Okay. That this is going to be an upgrade. Okay. He's going to present as if he finna bring heaven on earth through technology, man. Okay. We got to understand, no, we believe in something much better that's beyond, okay? And we know the truth about this devil, that this nigga lying. All right. And even if this devil was trying to establish a utopia, it's still not better than what the Lord got for his people, man. Esau is nowhere near in a position to give us more than what the Lord can give us, man. Okay, even if Esau wanted to do right and use technology and set up a utopia, it's still nowhere near what the Lord, all right, has for us, man. Okay, so the fact that is not a utopia and this nigga lying, this nigga is gonna this nigga plans on bringing, okay, a slavery to a whole nother level with technology, man. The complete opposite of utopia or dystopia, man. Okay, but he's going to present it to the masses as the way. Okay, but the Lord has given us a hope beyond everything Esau talking about, man. So to the elect, Esau ain't talking about a goddamn thing, man. Okay, and it says your gates will stay open day and night to receive the wealth of many lands. Okay, tribute just going to flow to the nation of Israel, man. Wealth is going to flow to the nation of Israel. True wealth, man. The kings of the world will be led as captives in a victory procession. Okay? True power, man. Ask of me, and I will give thee what? The nations for a possession, for an inheritance, man. Okay, so you go through the scriptures, it's describing the same promise all throughout the scriptures, man. Okay? Let's get this in the KJV. Okay. It says, verse 11 says, that therefore thy gates shall be open continually, they shall not shut day nor night, that men may bring thee the forces of the Gentile, their wealth, most likely their labor, okay, and their kings may be brought. For the nations and kingdoms that will not serve thee shall perish. Yeah, those nations shall be utterly wasted, man. So this is not going to be a request, okay? It's going to be a requirement for these nations to serve, man. You see, and we're going to have the ability to enforce righteousness, man. Okay, we're going to have the power at our disposal to enforce righteousness in earth forever, man. Okay. Reading verse 13 said, the glory of Lebanon shall come unto thee, the fir tree, the pine tree, and the box together to beautify the place of my sanctuary. I will make the place of my feet glorious. And what is the place of the Lord's feet? The earth. Okay, the earth is going to be beautified, man. Nature is going to get its smell back. Okay, we're going to build, with the best trees, the trees of Lebanon, those cedars, okay, overlaid with gold and silver, and you see the brass, the most precious of stones, the most precious of metals is going to be our infrastructure, man. You see, the Lord finna deck the earth out, man, beginning with Israel, beginning with Jerusalem, and expanding out. You see all this madness the devil got going on in Gaza. He want to turn Gaza into a smart city, and man, nigga, shut up. You're not finna do that, man. Okay? All this finna be all right, burnt, man. All this finna be melted, man. Okay? Esau has our land tacky as hell right now, man. All this finna be destroyed through fire. And we're gonna come back with all new infrastructure, man. Okay? All new infrastructure, man. And then the kingdoms of the cities of the earth is gonna be in another glory. What this devil got, the best that Esau can do, don't compare to what the Lord got for us, man. Okay? The most technological city that this nigga could pull off, okay, wouldn't compare, all right, wouldn't be comparable to what the Lord is finna give his people, man. He finna beautify the place of his feet, man. The earth is finna be turned back to a paradise, man. Because the earth is gonna be ran in wisdom, so the earth is gonna give forth their strength. All the creation is gonna be back in their purpose. Okay, the earth has so much untapped potential. Okay, but this devil, he's such a destroyer, man. All he does, all right, is takes and destroys, man. The earth is functioning on the lowest level that it's ever been because this nigga has the technology to destroy. Okay, he has so much technology to destroy, man, and the earth is just functioning on the lowest level that it's ever been, man, under the devil, man. Okay, but the Lord finna glorify the earth, man. The earth is finna be paradise, man. There's still a lot of beautiful places now, man. So so the Lord just gonna enhance everything, man. You gotta sit and wonder, like, what the Lord finna do? Like he said, he gonna glorify the place of his feet. What he finna do? That's like that's not no light statement. You got something to ponder on, man. This is the Heavenly Father speaking of power without limitations, man. When he says, I'm gonna beautify something, man, that's, you see, we don't even possess the the mental capacity to fathom, okay, what the Heavenly Father finna get ready to do, man. We just know he can do it. You see? And that belief alone is enough, to push us, all right, beyond whatever this nigga talking about, man. It said the sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee, man. Yeah, these Edomites, beginning with these Edomites and all these nations, man. Okay, complete submission. And all they despise thee shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet, and they shall call thee the city of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Al Shai, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel. See, it's going to be known, all right, that we were always the people, man. Okay, it's going to be known that we're the chosen. We're not going to have to debate in the kingdom about who's the chosen. It's going to be known. Okay, true Israel will be recognized, man. Okay, in the planet Earth. The true Israelites, the true chosen people of the Lord will be recognized in the earth, man. Okay? While these small hats are going to be known as imposters, which there's coming out more and more. Okay? But in the kingdom, man, when we're established in rulership, man, these Amalekites, because they already hated. Okay? But it's going to be on a whole nother level, man. Okay? Because Esau himself is going to get the worst of this captivity. And within Esau, man, Amalek is going to get the worst of the worst, man. Okay? And the true Israel will be reverenced, man. Okay? It said, whereas thou hast been forsaken and hated, so that no man went through thee, I will make thee an eternal excellency, a joy of many generations, man, an eternal excellency, man. When you go into an excellency, man, that's to pretty much be, like a hold on, I think I went into this word before. When you go into the excellency, It's a word. You know, I think it goes like into majestic. You know, that word majestic. Which is in the Hebrew. All right. Which is Gahan. Gahan. Yep. It said, yep. A majesty. Okay. Majestic. Now, when you go into let's get this word majestic real quick. Yep. So when you go to it, I'll just get it real quick. So when you go to it, you go to majestic. All right. It said majestic is an adjective describing someone or something possessing impressive beauty, dignity, grandeur, all right, or skill, often inspiring admiration. It characterizes things that are stately, royal, or noble, okay? And this is, he said, he's gonna make us an eternal excellency, man. You know, we're gonna be in a state of grandeur, okay? Impressive beauty, man. Those new bodies, man. It's gonna be beauty on another level, man. We're gonna be a beautiful people, man. Inwardly, outwardly, okay. People of dignity. You see, man. To see an Israelite in the kingdom, man, it's gonna be like, man. You see, to see, you know, it says majestic is a word that invokes a sense of grandeur and splendor. It describes something or someone with great dignity, beauty, and power. It brings to mind images of breathtaking landscapes, okay, regal animals, you know, you see, but it says it's breathtaking, man. Grandeur, you know, splendor, okay. To be majestic is to truly be, all right, magnificent and worthy of admiration, man. You know, so to see an Israelite, man, you think people go crazy over, you know, celebrities, which, you know, Jake celebrities have the most, you know, star appeal. Well, if you think that celebrities have, you know, what they call this pull, okay, or this star effect, and you wait till the kingdom when we'll change, man. You know, the average, you know, the common Israelite, okay, is gonna, you know, it's gonna be majestic just to see an Israelite, man. Just to see a common Israelite in the kingdom, man. Okay, for a heathen to see one, man, it's gonna be majestic. You know, it's just gonna be an eternal, you know, just impressive. You see, the new bodies, you know, say the beauty, the power, the splendor, okay, the grandeur. You know, the Lord said He's gonna do that forever, man. We don't want to be merged in no goddamn, you know, Neuralink, man. Okay, some goddamn Neuralink, man. All this goodness the Lord got promised to us, and this nigga talking about Neuralink, man. Get your ass out of here, man. You know, the Lord finna pack these niggas up, man. We got so much goodness coming, man. You know, this nigga, this weird, okay, you know, nigga Elon Musk pop up. This Down syndrome looking nigga talking about a brain chip. Shut up, nigga. Okay, and then AI is trash. And see, we see these things, man. This nigga kingdom is trash, man. Everything he got to offer is trash, man. This nigga is overhyped, overrated, is trash, man. Okay, and this nigga a liar. Okay, you know the Lord got, hey, the Lord got an eternal excellency for us, man. Okay, Isaiah 16:16 said, "Thou shalt suck the milk of the Gentiles, and this is it shall suck the breast of kings, and this is them paying tribute, them nourishing us." Okay, it's not us, you know, breastfeeding off, the Gentiles, man. You see? Because I think even when you, let's see, it says NLT. All right, this is just, remember, this is that old English King talk, you know. Yep. So you go read in NLT, it said, powerful kings and mighty nations will satisfy your every need as though you were a child, all right, nursing at the breast of a queen. So these nations are going to be at our beck and call. You know? Yeah, we're not gonna need, we start talking about, see, you're gonna have robots, you're gonna have robots and servers. No, nigga, these heathens finna serve. Okay? We're not gonna need Alexa, we're gonna have actual people serving. Okay? Not telling Alexa what to do through the phone. No, we're gonna have people serving, man. They're gonna go back to what the Lord intended, man. Okay? You see? It says, you will know at last that I, the Lord, am your Savior and your Redeemer, the mighty one of Israel, man. You know? And when the Lord do this, man, man, when the Lord do this, man, and when the Lord pull this off, man, damn, see, the Lord gonna pull off what he want to do. Esau not, man. You know? That's why you take the sea here, you're betting with a loser. Okay? You're betting with a loser, man. Okay, so jump down to verse 17. He said, for brass I will bring gold, and for iron I will bring silver, and for wood, brass, and for stones, iron, I will make also. All right, I will also make thy office of peace and thine exactors righteousness, man. Yeah, so it shows it's going to be an upgrade in the infrastructure. Okay, for brass I will bring gold. Okay, so this is an upgrade. Okay, letting you know we're going to build with a different standard. These heathens, no heathen kingdom, okay, is going to match the splendor of our infrastructure, man, and how the Lord finna deck us out, man. Okay, but this is all speaking of upgrade. For brass, I will bring gold. For iron, I will bring silver, and for wood, brass. You see, and for stones, okay, iron, and I will make thy officers peace and thine exactors righteousness, man. You know, because it's gonna be a orderly kingdom. You know, brothers gonna have, duties, and rulership. Okay, brothers gonna have offices in the kingdom, man. Okay, running a functioning righteous kingdom, man, forever, man. You see, it says, violence shall no more be heard in thy land, wasting nor destruction within thy borders. Okay, and you look at, us as a people is riddled with violence, man. Okay, that's one thing that's been a plague to our people. Their evil eye, man, that's going to be taken away. Okay, it says, but thou shalt call thy walls salvation and thy gates praise. Okay, and thy gates praise, man. You see? So this is all the promises, man. Everything that our people can complain about, well, the kingdom solves it. Okay, you got people on hood. Here it is, the Lord say, I'm going to deck the earth out. I'm finna upgrade. I'm finna give y'all infrastructure that the earth has never seen. You got our people on hood. I say gun violence, food stamps, man. See, come on, man. And the Lord say, y'all gates gonna be open continually, just constant wealth pouring in. Okay. Our people got the worst jobs, man. The poorest people. Okay. You see, the kingdom gonna solve everything, man. Not no goddamn sea help and new world order. He's gonna present as a solution, man. Okay. Let's go here. Let's jump down. 21 says, thy people also shall be all righteous. They shall inherit the land forever, the branch of my planting, the work of my hand, that I may be glorified. All our people gonna be righteous, man. Esau can't offer that, man. Okay, Esau can't offer that, man. Because we look at our people, and you get to the point, man, we just want to see our people right, man. 2/3 they finna catch hell. All right, they gotta go through what they go through, and that needs to be done. 2/3 have to be addressed. Okay, that has to be done. But see, we start to see the bigger picture, man. In the kingdom, all our people gonna be righteous, man. You know, Esau can't offer that, man. He's not. He his mind is not okay. That's not even a thought of Esau. He hates righteousness, man. Okay, so we come to love righteousness. There's no way that this nigga has anything to offer us, man. When he's the wicked, okay, this nigga has nothing to offer. There ain't nothing to talk about, man. You know, that's why we getting ready to come into times where, you know, we could be faced with death. You know, we have to have the mindset. Look, man, this nigga, you don't got nothing to offer us, man. You know, and just fully, hey, Yahweh Shai got us, man. Yahweh Shai said, "I am the resurrection." You know, even when this nigga talk about death, nigga, you ain't talking about nothing, nigga. You know, Big Bro already said, we good. No matter how I play out, we of the elect, nigga, we good. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking like how we should think towards Esau. Like nigga ain't talking about nothing. Okay? And he can only do what the Lord allowed him to do. You know, so we just gotta give our faith into the hand of the Lord, man. Go out in righteousness, you know. That's the mindset. Go out in righteousness, man. All right, because Esau can't stop this from happening, man. Okay? Give a damn what this nigga got going on, man. This and nigga bye. All right. Isaiah 16:21. It said, "Thy people also shall be all righteous. They shall inherit the land forever, the branch of my planting, the work of my hands, that I may be glorified. A little one shall become 1,000, and a small one a strong nation. Our Lord will hasten in this time, man." Okay, and here it is in this kingdom. You have to where you have men that can't even see their children. Okay. You see, you have men that their children can be withheld from them based on the emotion. Okay, but the Lord's gonna make a little one 1,000, small one a strong nation, man. Come on, man. Okay. Esau ain't talking about a goddamn thing, man. But in the way. You see? So let's go here to get a few more, man. Let's go here to the book of Revelation, chapter 2. And this lines up with the book of Psalms. All right. And we just gotta hold on. Okay. Revelation 2:25. But that which you have already, hold fast till I come. And this faith, you know, we gotta keep the faith in the worst time ever. You know, because we're gonna be tested, man. We're coming to a time of testing. The devil, you know, he's gonna go all out. That's all he got left, man. You see? That's all the devil got left is to wild out. The Lord is pushing this nigga into the corner to where he just all he can do is just spaz out and try to pull this thing off, man. We gotta hold the faith in the midst of all this, man. Okay, so then he that overcometh, okay, overcoming what, man? This system, man. That don't bend the knee. Okay, even in the face of death, not bending the knee, man, and keeping my works unto the end. To him will I give power over the nations. To him will I give power over the nations, man. Okay, so this is the promises, okay, of Yahweh Bashim Shai. Okay, power over the nations, man. Esau wants to make you a digital slave, man. Okay, and we think wickedness is bad now, lewdness and perverseness. You think, okay, this man wants to turn the earth into Epstein Island, man. Okay, nah, man. The Lord said, "Look, y'all just hold down till I get back. I'm gonna give y'all power over the nation." You see, Esau, come on, man. What are we talking about? What Esau got coming and what the Lord got coming? as Israelites, man. You know, just like Moses, he said, "What, choose life? I put before you today life and death, man." Okay, this time we're gonna choose life. All right, we done went down the road of death, man. This ain't it. Okay, it says, "And he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received in my father." Going back to the book of Psalms. Okay, so now we have a kingdom. Okay, that's promised, man. You see, we don't want to be no goddamn, you know, because the Esau. Okay, the only thing Esau can offer is continual slavery. Okay, that's the only thing Esau has to offer, man. Esau, even like I say, even if he was offering us a seat at the table of his kingdom, man, hell no, man. Compared to what we got coming, okay, and we don't want to rule with no goddamn Edomite. Even if he was offering true rulership, okay, with this sea here, man, we don't want to rule no goddamn Edomite. Man. You know, Esau should be in chains and eventually done away with, man. Okay. You know, because to take this sea here is saying, okay, I'm okay with Esau continue ruling. Hell no, man. Okay. It says, Luke 22 and 28 says, "You are they which have continued with me in my temptation, and I appoint unto you a kingdom." See, Yahushua is coming with true rulership. Okay, true power. Okay. Esau can't offer that. The power that Yahushua, okay, is going to bestow upon his elect, beginning with those first fruits, man. Esau can't even offer that, man. Okay, "As my father have appointed unto me, that ye may eat and drink at my table in the kingdom, and sit on thrones," okay, judging the 12 tribes of Israel, man. All right, so we're gonna have a real seat at the table of power. You know, we're gonna be in the realm of decision making for the planet Earth. Okay, and righteousness going forward, man. Okay, the devil, come on, man. Esau shouldn't be, to the elect, Esau ain't talking about a goddamn thing, man. You know? So we just wait on this devil, you know, to finish making his last few moves and he out of here, man. You know, this nigga on the way out. This nigga ain't in a position to promise nobody nothing, nigga. And you, okay, and you on the brink of captivity, nigga. Okay, and ultimately be annihilated as a nation. Okay, so that's the point. I'll leave it there. You know, Lord will, you brothers and you sisters edified once again. We give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Kakadash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers, and peace and blessings, salutations, and hopefully, shalom.